to my very first live stream here on YouTube. So, I hope you can see this all right. Okay, I say we wait a couple of minutes for some other guys to arrive. Hey, hello. So yeah, how are you doing? How was your week so far? I hope it was good. Hello, Creative Brick. All right. So I say we just start. I'm going to upload this video anyways. And yeah, so as you can see, I have the... how is everyone? Good, thanks. So right in front of me, I have the Shop at Home catalog for January 2021. So as you can see, it's the German edition, but most of the prices are very similar to those in US dollars. And well, with larger sets, it's a bit different, I say. So let's start. Here on the first page, we have one of the new city sets already, which is featured in the catalog as well. Hello, Blitzbreaks. Okay, so let's start with the first page. So here we can already see one of the new sets, and here they are advertising the new road system. And down here we already have two of the new sets. And honestly, that is a lot, like 100 euros. That's so much for basically what you can see here. And well, you can see it down here as well. That is so much, like 100 euros. It's I think it's $100 as well. That is so much. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but like, would you pay 100 euros for that small building, this small building, and then a couple of road plates here? You get a truck, and I've seen reviews of that set, and people have reviewed this, and they use this truck and another truck and try to place them side by side on those roads, and they couldn't fit on that. So that's just a it's just a mistake in design, honestly. Yeah, I totally agree, Creative Brick. That's just a way to, yeah, to bring prices up, to say, hey, we give you road plates and then we can make it more expensive. And given that the City series is intended for kids, in my opinion, it's not for adults, it's made for kids. It should be like, it should be affordable for kids, and not for the parents of the kids, but for the kids themselves, so that they can buy city sets with their own money. And honestly, I think when you're a kid and you start getting into Lego and you like Lego City, you don't need road plates that necessarily. Not the new ones and not the old ones. Like when you start as a kid, you want cars, you want motorcycles, you want bikes, and you want some buildings like that. For city building, this is okay, but the price is just way too high, in my opinion. So, and yeah, I agree. Base plates are so much better. But I also think that those new base plates, I've seen some guys do some modifications with those new road plates, and they can look pretty good. I have to admit that. At first, I was very, very skeptical and very critical, and I still am regarding the price of them, but they have some new opportunities. Let's say that they have, and they give you, and they provide some new opportunities, and I think they have some options for some new options. Let's say that. But the price is horrible. Uh, I think we can leave it with that. And yeah, here we just have some some promotional art, a promotional picture, and here you can see all the city sets, new and old. So up here we have the police station from last year, and then we have a couple of sets from this year, like the skate park, the road plates, and yeah, the city center up here. And yeah, here of course we also have like buildings which are no official Lego sets, like this building back here or that back there. Yes, another fire helicopter. We have so many helicopters, and fire helicopters are not as many fire helicopters as police helicopters, but a lot of them. Yes, I agree. Another one. All right, so let's start with the first real page here, which is about. Wow, you have 8 helicopters. That's insane. That's incredible. Okay, so up here we have the road plates, and I still think that they are very, very overpriced for 20 euros, and I think they are $20 as well. So yeah, but we've talked about those road plates quite a bit. But what I do like actually is that they, let me show you that up close. They actually have those glow in the dark bricks. So those 1x2 plates up here, those white plates, are actually glow in the dark pieces, as far as I know. And they give you the imagination that there are these solar panels on them, and then you can they glow in the dark a little bit, I say. Yes, if the road plates were reduced, then they would be much more affordable. I agree. And then I think more people would buy that. Right now, I don't think that they are selling well, but I'm not an expert, so I don't know about that, if they are selling good or bad, but I can imagine that they are selling pretty bad right now. No, I don't have any of the new road plates yet. Maybe I'll get them when they are cheap, just to try some maybe some mock building with that. But right now I honestly don't have any place in my city where I think that having them would make sense, because as you probably know, those road plates are 2 plates high, and if you have a lot of money or you have a lot of parts already, and you build your city on your own basically, with none of the modular buildings, then it's pretty easy to overcome this gap. But yeah, to build bridges, that's a good idea. I mean, I don't have bridges in my city, but that's honestly that's a good idea. Like, because the old base plates, they have the problem that there are base plates, so it's hard to integrate them into any sort of building. So yeah, that's a good idea. Building bridges. I should build a bridge someday. Okay, so let's have a look at the next set. This is the police prisoner transport, and well, that's looking okay, not that bad. We get a Crooks car in this set, so that's cool. We get a black motorcycle, but I honestly don't understand why the prison cell block, or what that is, why you can lift that off. I mean, I get the play feature in there, but like ripping out this bar window or something like that would yeah, it's like a container exactly. And I just appreciate the old prison transporters Lego did a lot more. So yeah, I agree. It's a fair price. I mean, basically you get three vehicles. You get the prisoner transport, you get the car, you get a motorcycle. This could have easily been sold for 30 euros, but I agree. The police prisoner transport looks a bit weird. So, all right. But otherwise, I think it's all right. And then on to the fire helicopter down here. So, I honestly don't have a real opinion about this water shooting technique. Like, yeah, water war. I mean, it's for kids, and I think that kids could have a lot of fun with that, like shooting those water pieces onto those fire objects. I can imagine that this is fun for kids, but on the other hand, when you're not shooting those big water pieces, they're just sticking out of your helicopter right there. And honestly, I can imagine that that looks very weird. So I'm skeptical about this one, very skeptical. And I think 30 euros is not a good as not a very good deal for that one. So well, 20 is maybe a bit less, maybe 25. Okay, and then Lego thinks we don't go for 25, we go for 30 right away. But I'm skeptical about this water shooting technique. We already had this in 2019 with the new fire sets there. We had this water pumping technique. Yes, I agree. A lot of those new city sets have no buildings at all. So it's more about vehicles, more and more about vehicles. And if you get a building, you get a police station right here. This one. That's the one from last year, from 2020. Why do robbers always have strange cars? Yeah, I agree. What kind of car is that? I mean, like is is that supposed to be a monster truck already? I mean, those tires are incredibly large. They are just really, really big. And I gotta be honest, I don't like this police station. It's maybe this is the worst in the history of Lego City and their police stations. I don't like this one at all, honestly. And I've seen some pictures of the inside, and they have like not no typical police station interior anymore. It's more like freedom activity stuff in there, but no interrogation rooms or anything like that. And honestly, I gotta say, I mean, like, this is described as a 6 plus building. This is honestly looks like a junior's building to me, given this design with all the big parts. And yeah, they kind of focus on the exterior, I agree, but not in a good way. So they are not improving the exterior. So my all-time favorite police station is the one from 2011. I think it rarely gets better than that one. because there we still had base plates and Lego City sets, the good old times, and that was a great police station set in my opinion. So this one is a no, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. And the fact that you blow up the whole prison block. You don't rip out one of the barred windows or anything like that or a part of the wall. You blow up the whole prison block. Like what, Lego? This is too much. And yeah, why are there drones? I mean, okay, they try to be like up to date with this one maybe, but drones. I mean, we just complained about helicopters in Lego City sets, but a small helicopter would have been more appropriate in this set. Although I, of course, can understand that they cannot always just repeat themselves. So, and yeah, the bulldog looks a bit, especially compared to the normal dog. It looks a bit weird. I agree. It looks a bit like Duplo, right? No, um, a bit a bit weird. Okay, I think we leave it with that police station. And yeah, horribly overpriced. 100 euros, horribly overpriced. 60 or 70 at the most. 70 at the most. But no, 100, way too much. Way too much. All right. And then down here we have some smaller sets. I say they're all right. You get a little red down here, so that's okay in my opinion. And well, 10 euros, like 5 euros would be too cheap, but 10. Oh, you mean the Space Police from 2010? Like that was an interesting theme. I gotta agree on that. Yeah, Space Police from 2010 was 2009. I think it started back then. That was interesting, honestly. Like that was the time when Lego still did unlicensed themes with sort of backstory, like the times of power miners and all that stuff. Yeah, that was like the good old days when Lego still did that, and now they're mainly focused on licenses and all that stuff. But yeah, I think those two sets are pretty decent. They are all right, and yeah. What are my opinions on power miners? I think only have like one or two sets of power miners, and they're not complete anymore. But I think that was a great theme. It was a bit weird. So for those of you who don't, you weren't even alive in 2019, 9. Sorry. Well, you missed something that I can say. So Power Miners, for those of you who don't know, Power Miners was about that some rock monsters would create earthquakes, and they would live like deep down in the earth, and they would like cause those eruptions. They would cause those earthquakes to happen, and the power miners basically were those heroes in that line, and they would have to steal the crystals which were inside of those rock monsters. And yeah, and if they had no crystals, they had no energy anymore, or something like that, and then they couldn't cause any earthquakes anymore. So it was a weird theme somehow, but they had some great sets, and the lime green color. I think that was weird, but well, it was alright. It was alright, and I think it would sell pretty well today. So if Lego would bring something up today, like with those big vehicles, with those big drilling machines and those, well, big drilling machines, that's what Power Miners was all about. I think this would sell pretty good nowadays still. So and then they had a second wave or a second theme, which was like Power Miners. How shall I say? Power Miners going even deeper into the earth and having even more heat resistant vehicles and suits and all that stuff, and the rock monsters are always on fire and all that stuff. So that was even weirder, but like in a good way, in a good way. So I remember when, oh, a volcano, like a big one, that would be that they had volcano in city some years ago. I think it was 2017 or 16, something like that. All right, enough nostalgia at this point. I think we're good with that for now. So let's get to the next page. Yeah, 2016 could be possible. And yet more city sets, and I gotta say, another disappointment. So, of course, you can see that there is not a real elevated railway, but this is just the box art. And well, there's like this could have been a great set. Honestly, this could have been a great set if they would have focused more on the town hall, on the design of that, leave out this part here completely and minimize this. And yeah, with less minifigs, like almost every minifig in this set is from this city TV show they introduced in 2019 or 2020. Almost every single minifigure in this set is from that time. Yeah, Robert Steel window now. Well, he actually did that to get this golden key, as far as I know. But yeah, they should have focused on the town hall. I mean, of course, they cannot provide a real elevated train, at least not in one set. But I think they just should have left the whole box art, because let's imagine someone is new into Lego, like imagine parents or grandparents or kids who've never bought any Lego before, and they don't know, like, so they don't know that this is not included, right? So let's imagine they don't know that this is only box art. They imagine that this is actually in the set, that there's an elevated railway in the set. They buy the set, they go home, they open it up, and then they see that there is no elevated railway. Hello Bricks Build. So I think that this is a very bad set, honestly. Very bad. I've seen some interior pictures of this one, and it's not looking good. I gotta say, it's not looking good. And look at the mayor. Look at the mayor. I mean, I know that's the mayor from the Lego City TV show, but look at him. That's not a real mayor, in my opinion. So, but yeah, that's Lego City today. That's the reality of Lego City nowadays. So yeah, €100 is like the maximum. Maybe 120, maybe 120, but that would be overpriced already. So yeah, sad Lego City. That's really sad. I mean, like, what is that? A city diner? Not a very good build, in my opinion. So for all of this, 120 at the most. Not a cent more, honestly. Not a cent more of that. So yeah, just another Lego set that is way too expensive and not worth it. That's just the reality. Not worth it. Okay, enough sadness with Lego City. Let's move on to Chinese New Year. So, I have never seen this set before, I have to say. I know that there were some Chinese New Year sets in some years previously, but I gotta say that I don't really know anything about this. But again, €70 for what you get here is not as overpriced as for the city set, but I agree with you that this set is looking pretty good actually. You have the snow here on the roof, and even like there a little bit, and you have this. This looks pretty good. I have to say, this animal, is this supposed to be a lion or a dragon probably? This one's looking good, gotta say. And yeah, right, that's 1,000 parts for €70. I mean, that's not. The city set here had, can you see that? 1,500 parts for €180. And this one has 1,000 parts for €70. So the price for this one is a lot better. A lot better. And yeah, I think it's looking pretty good. And €70 is still too much for me. I wouldn't buy it for 70. And but I think it's not that overpriced. I gotta say that it's not that overpriced. So and you get some nice minifigures, and yeah, the price per part is a lot better. They have those interesting window pieces. I agree, and yeah, so I say this is a good set for everyone who like wants to build a. Yeah, €50 would be a good price. I agree. €50 would be good. 60 would be still a bit too much, but 50 would be all right. And yeah, if you're building a Ninjago world or anything similar to that, that's a great addition. I mean, of course, it's Chinese and Ninjago isn't, but it's similar. So if you're into that, this could be a great addition. So, and then down here we have some brick built pandas. I don't know if it's the year of the panda. Every Chinese year is a year of some animal. And here you get 3 pandas, 1 tree for €20. Let's see, you get 250 parts. Here you got, well, a little less than that. It's a good price. Let's say it's not too bad. I wouldn't buy it for 20, but it's not horribly overpriced. Not horribly. So €20 is all right. 10 would be too cheap. 15 would be just right, and 20 is a bit too much, but still okay. Still all right in my opinion. Right, let's move on to the next page. Oh, this is Lego Super Mario. And again. Alright, see you in 10 minutes. Yes, I agree. For 15 euros, the pandas would be okay. So, Super Mario. I don't know what to say about this, honestly. I agree, it's very expensive, and like you you pay 60 euros for 230 parts, and here you pay 30 euros for 267 parts. I don't get it. Like, what? Why is this set so expensive and this one isn't? Because of this big giant Mario figure, right? I think that's it. Um, I'm like, that's what I said earlier. Like, Lego's doing so many licensed themes, and I can't imagine that this one is selling well. Honestly, like, and I don't know why this. So I think somehow electrical, like, but damn, this is just no. I can't figure it out. It's honestly, I don't know what to say about this. I barely know anything about the Mario sub theme, Mario Lego theme. So I know a bit about Mario, of course, as we all do probably, but they just created the Mario game in Lego and try to make some money with it, but I honestly can't imagine anyone buying this and then just going from there to there and enjoying this and saying, yeah, that was worth 60 euros. I can't imagine anyone doing that, honestly. So, if you don't have anything to say about this Mario stuff here anymore, I say we skip it because I don't know what to say about this anymore. Just that that's a waste of like design and money, like a waste of designer potential. So, any last words about this one? And I say then we go on to the next page, which is hopefully better. All right, so let's see what we have here. Oh, even more of that. All right, so then you can buy 18 pieces or 13 pieces for 10 euros each, and then you get what, a new suit for Mario? Yeah, I guess that's the whole idea here. And then we have another 60 euros set down here. And there's not even this Mario figure included, but just what? Some colorful bricks and parts pieces. Oh, and then this one. This is so overpriced, like 230 euros for. I mean, this is a great display set, probably for those who are really into Super Mario, but like, again, the price is so high. It's and then they try to make those Mario characters into into a CMF series, and then for 4 euros each, and you don't know which one you could get. Oh, oh man, not my favorite, not my favorite. So yeah, exactly. You have to buy Mario for 60 euros, and then you still have to or can buy those weird suits, and they give you a special ability, like What? I don't get this. Honestly, I don't get this. So I say we skip that before you're all leaving the live stream. Honestly, I have enough of Super Mario right now, and on to the next weird Lego theme. Lego dots. So I think this was already established in summer 2020. So with those wristbands, and well, all you can do is like place some one by one tiles, like round tiles or those cut corner tiles, and wow, like what is going on with Lego? What is going on with the designer department, or wherever the decisions are made for what gets produced and new themes? Like, honestly, I wouldn't buy those anytime, anywhere, for any price. I would never buy that. But if I would have this, and if I would really wear that, I would always be afraid that the tiles fall off. Like, imagine you're a kid, you're like, what, 5 year olds, you have your Lego dots band around your wrist, you feel so proud. You go to the playground, play with your friends, and then half of the tiles are missing. Whew, that's wow, that's like, I mean, at least the tiles are printed. At least you don't have to apply any stickers on those one by one tiles. So maybe there are some tiles with a good print. So maybe that's, but still, I wouldn't buy a whole set. If it was like €1 and there are a lot of good prints, okay, we can talk about it. But like, for this price, not gonna happen. Not gonna happen, Lego. Okay, and then we have a cupcake party set, and we have a secret box cat and a secret box with keys. Oh, wow. I honestly don't know what they are trying to do here. Like, okay, this one maybe, and then you can store whatever in there, like notes or a key or whatever, may be useful, but way too expensive. But the cupcakes right there, why? Why? Why would you buy cupcakes made out of Lego? And no. Yeah, see, that could be useful to buy it as a gift, or so yeah, the cat is big. So this one could be useful, and this one could be useful as well. So, but the cupcakes, no. No, no Lego cupcakes. No, no. All right, so to sum this up, we have wristbands, and we have cupcakes, we have a fat cat, and we have a key box. And that's it for Lego dots. Hopefully there's not a second page. Hopefully no second page. Yes, no second page of Lego dots. Now we have Lego Minecraft. And as someone who isn't into Minecraft at all, it's not really interesting, honestly. Like, there probably are some useful parts, but like, still is like, it depends. If you're into Minecraft and you like the game a lot, then you probably like this series 2, because I think it captures the look of that really well. So I think the figures look all very realistic, and so like compared to the game, of course. But yeah, like as a Lego theme, I think this is still one of the better going Lego themes, to be completely honest with you. And I mean, at the end, it's another way to make more money somehow. So I honestly don't know what to say. At least that when you get those sets on discount, maybe not those sets, but other Minecraft sets like 50% off, which would be much, of course. Then you can get a lot of useful parts. Like here, for example, you have light bluish gray bricks. You have some dark bluish gray plates, and you have some reddish brown bricks. So if you're in need of basic parts, basic Lego parts and bricks, Lego Minecraft can be a good source for that, but definitely not for the original price. So if you need a lot of basic parts and you can get it maybe on eBay cheap, then I think Lego Minecraft could be an option of getting parts cheap. You know how I always like to get parts cheap, and mostly do that with Lego board games. But that could work with Minecraft as well. So I don't want to be too hard on this one. I don't want to judge this too hard. And well, we got another fat animal here. So I say we leave it with that for now. Let's see if we have another page of Minecraft. No, we're getting into friends. Hey, Creative Brick, you're back. That's good. Now we're getting into Lego Friends, and I have to say, at first glance, it's looking not too bad. Like the prices are still pretty high, to be honest. That's quite a lot for for what you get. Like 50 euros for the cinema, or 40 euros for the park, or 70 for that home, that house. I mean, like Lego Friends could be such a useful theme for regular cities if it wasn't all about pink and red and all those unrealistic colors. Let's say that unrealistic colors in real life. But I have to say that this is okay from the color scheme, and given that that is a cinema, like looks like a 1950s cinema, so that's okay. And I think you could easily you missed the dots. Yeah, no dots here. We skipped them already. But I think you could easily make this into a good looking mock, honestly. I think this one's not looking too bad, at least from the outside. We don't know what's inside, but from the outside, it's all right. Let's say that it's all right. Get rid of some of the very bright colors, and then you're good. And similar with this one. So if you get rid of the very bright colors of the pink and all that, this could be a great building. So I think this is actually one of the more useful Lego Friends waves. One of the Lego Friends waves with less of those bright colors, those how should I call them? Yeah, a lot of pink and a lot of weird colors if you'd have them in real life, honestly. So, apart from that, there always is, well, not in all friend sets, but in a lot of friend sets, there is a mark potential, in my opinion, but not in everyone. So, but those are the better ones. Those are the better ones, in my opinion. So let's move on to the next page here, which is more Lego Friends, and now it's getting weird again. Like this big bus right here looks like a London bus from, like, given this front part right here, but with the slide right here and the weird roof section. I mean, like, which kind of bus has a tree sticking out of it? Wow. Like that's the part of Lego Friends I don't get and I don't really like. So, and yeah, like with this weird helicopter there, and they have some junior sets as well. And here this electric car with a wind turbine, and I don't like this page. I don't like. What about you? But I don't like it. It's no, too much pink again, and too weird. It's too weird, and I don't. Apart from that, I don't like the Friends figures. I think they are an insult to every child, to every girl. Like, they can't move their legs properly, they can't move their hands, and they look weird. Let's say that. They look weird. So I think we're done with Friends. We can move on. Oh, we've just moved on to Lego Disney. And again, I don't know what to do with that. Like, that's like a book. It's described as a fairy tale book, and it's weird. I've said that a lot during this live stream, but this is weird. I mean, that's maybe one of the better sets of this page, because you can take your Lego set and take it wherever you want and then play with it, but it looks weird. And those are not even, no, those are not even like those mini dolls. Those are new figures as well. Like, what's that? They look even more weird. That's just really, really weird. And 20 euros for 125 parts is overpriced. Let's say that. And what do we have here? I mean, the wheels look cool in a way, I'd say. At least they're not boring. But it all looks so weird. All of those fairy tale sets, they look weird. And this boat right here, it looks so unproportional. And, well, of course, okay, it's a junior set, a 4+ set, but no, this is weird. Honestly, this is weird. Yeah, those dimensions of the boat are just horrible, horrible. And like, how is this boat even floating? Like, okay, it's floating, but like, there's no sail, and I don't think that that's a motorboat. And like, is this just going with magic, or how's it supposed to work? I don't know, but he's the good guy. He's the hero, and she's the princess, and he comes pick her up with his magic boat. Okay, I can't stand this any longer. I think we have to leave the weird book, the weird boat, the weird no. It's too weird in my opinion. Too weird. Okay, now we're getting to Ninjago. Ninjago just turned 10 years old this year, and I have to say that I mean like they have their own style somehow, but for me with those sports cars, those planes, those jets and those mechs and no, it's just too much in my opinion. I don't know if any of you remember the first wave of Lego Ninjago. I think that was the best one. That was the best one in my opinion because that was like more realistic in my opinion, and you had those nice spinners. That was such a big deal at my school at that time. Oh my goodness, if you had one of those, that was a big deal back then. So that was great in my opinion, and this is just well, I don't follow Ninjago, I don't follow the TV show, I don't watch that, so it's hard for me to judge whether this is good or bad. I can only see that this isn't cheap, so honestly, that's like still quite a lot of money you're paying here. This one looks quite okay, so if you're building a Ninjago temple, you could probably integrate this easily somehow. But those big vehicles and robots, it's just not for me. It's just not for me. However, this feature is looking cool. Like that you have a motorcycle hidden under the hood. That's looking good. I have to admit that. But apart from that, this is just not for me. So let's move on to the next page. And here we have the Ninjago City Garden, one of the larger Ninjago sets. I think that's the largest Ninjago set ever. Like, I think you can connect it with the docks and the Ninjago City. So, well, 300 euros is a lot for a Lego set. But given that you get 5,600, almost 700, almost 5,700 parts, this is okay. Like, in my opinion, I wouldn't buy it because I'm not into Ninjago. Even if I would be into Ninjago, I probably wouldn't buy it for that price. I would hope to get it cheaper. Because, of course, there are a lot of details. There are a lot of minifigures, an insane amount of minifigures, no doubt. But, like, it's still much. It's a lot for a Lego set. But I think it's still like a lot of good ideas went into the making and the design of this one. And you have like a lot of those different rooms here. So you have an Ninjago History Museum, and a noodle house, and so there are some good aspects about this one, but no, I wouldn't buy it. Honestly, no, it's just too much for me, in my opinion. So, but I think a lot of people like it very much, and I can understand it somehow. And now we're getting into modular buildings. So this is honestly one of the last Lego themes which is not doing great, but is doing good. Let's say that. So the performance they're delivering here every year is all right. So I think I couldn't see the live chat in the last minutes, so now Oh no, now I see all the messages. So sorry for that. I couldn't see the chat in the past minutes. So I think this is still good, but I don't think that Lego modulars are great anymore. I think they once were great, where every modular that came out um, cost 150 euros. That was still expensive, but it was a fair price. And now they're always trying to make it more expensive. So of course, this one assembly square is larger. For 240, it's still expensive, but it's a larger one, so it's hard to compare. But like this one for 180 euros, and I think $180 as well, that's a lot. Like that's the price of the town hall when it came out. And this you cannot compare the corner garage to the town hall apart from that both are built in dark orange. You just can't. It's it wouldn't be fair for the town hall. So but 180 is way too much, and I think they realized that, so they went down to 160 for the bookshop, which is still too much given that this is like only 2/3 of a normal building. Like here you have the ground floor and then two more floors, and here you only have one more floor, which is not enough in my opinion to be a modular for that price. And then they came out with the police station, and well, I'm not completely sure about this one. So I think it's looking great on its own, with those two buildings sort of guarding the police station. That's looking good. But oh, mine looks cooler. Thanks. And yeah, that's one of the reasons why this isn't looking great, and why a Lego modular police station never will look great, in my opinion, because if it's going to be a real police station, like the main police station, the headquarters, which they didn't say that's the police station headquarters, but every city needs a police station headquarters, and that just has to be a standalone building. Like, of course, there are smaller police precincts, and I think that's what they tried to do here, build a police precinct, and that's good. I mean, looking on the interior, I think that's not great. I mean, like they have a prison cell on the ground floor, and they have two desks on the floor above, and they have a small evidence room, and they have an interrogation room and a toilet. So, but that's it. There are no more rooms, and I think like at least an office for the captain would be nice to see here. So I think it looks good on its own, just having it on a shelf. But if you try to place this modular next to those ones or any other modular, it's getting very difficult to have this still looking like, for example, that billboard with printed parts is looking great. But if you have another building next to that, it covers this whole side of the building completely, so you're barely going to see this very nice billboard anymore. So that's a major downside on this building. That it's very hard to integrate this into any street, into any row of modulars. So I like the story again. So storytelling is very good, and their modulars. They had a great story in the detective's office, and they have a great donut thief and the donut shop next to the police. That's good. But apart from that, it's just it's really hard to integrate this into a modular building row, in my opinion. And 180 euros is not cheap. Again, like, of course, a police station looks huge, and it is, but it's only 16 studs wide, I think. It's only 16 studs wide, and then you have the two buildings on the side, and they are no real buildings, to be completely honest here. So I think we're done with modular buildings for now. So let's move on to the next page. And it says up here, I don't know if you can read that, it says adults welcome. So that is clearly one of the, or it's the page for adults, and sets which target the group of adults. So you have flowers here, you have a bonsai tree, you have the Colosseum. Yes, they are not useful, I agree. So they are just you built them to put them on shelf, and that's it. And I think the Colosseum is looking good. Maybe not great, it's looking good. But it's so expensive. I mean, it has more than 9,000 bricks, but 500 euros. Like 500 euros. That's a lot. That's really a lot. So, and then the bonsai tree, I think it's a nice display set, especially that you can change the leaves from white and pink a bit to green. That's a great option. And well, if you're an adult, you probably have 50 euros. So, and if you really want this, then you're gonna have 50 euros as well. So and you get almost 900 parts. So, but yeah, real flowers are of course better than Lego ones, and I'm not sure how stable they are. So if you could actually walk around like she does and hand them to someone, and well, I don't think that's gonna work. But I just recognized this, that they actually use dragon wings for that. So that's kind of cool, but still not worth it. I wouldn't buy Lego flowers. No. And 500 for the Colosseum is just I mean, I don't know. I can't really say that it's like I mean, they are 9,000 bricks parts included here, but as you can see, there are a lot of those 1x1 studs, 1x1 plates, cheese slopes, 1x1 tiles. So that's how this number of 9,000, of more than 9,000 parts comes together. So all in all, it's too much in my opinion for a Lego set in general. But if you want to buy it, go ahead and have fun building 9,000, more than 9,000 bricks. I think that's going to take up so much time, but if you enjoy it, go ahead. Like, seriously, don't listen to what I have to say. But all right, so I think we're done with the adults page. We can move on to this page, and I gotta say, this is interesting again. So yes, 25 hours to build. That's wow, that would be more than one day, but I agree, it would take up a lot of time, for sure. So here we have some special sets. I don't know, they're all marked as creator expert as far as I know. So we have the crocodile, we have the Ghostbusters Ecto, and we have the... Okay, see you. Well, the train, I expected the train to be more expensive, honestly. But given that you have to, if you want to have this train running, you have to buy all those parts here, right? All those powered up parts. So a battery box and a motor. And without that, it's just a display set. And I agree, 100 euros just for display is too much. So if you're buying all of that, I think you're easily at 150, maybe even more than that. And that's just way too expensive. Way too expensive. And then honestly, this set, this locomotive is not really designed to run in a Lego city. So I've seen videos of people motorizing this, and a lot of them had problems with derailments, or that it would, with derailments mainly, and that it would bump into buildings close to the tracks, and it's not easy to have to really have this in a city. And just to give you an idea of the size of this one, so if you've seen my my train station mark, this would fill out the tracks in my train station mark completely, almost completely. So I could have no train cars. Okay, all right, I could have train cars on this locomotive, but if I had train cars on this locomotive, they would be outside of the train station, and only the locomotive would be inside of the train station. So the proportions are more realistic on this one than on most other Lego trains. But then again, it's a question, how realistic is your city in terms of proportions. So, and I think it's more of a display model than a real play model, that's for sure. And I've seen some reviews on that, and they say, oh, it's such a large gap, and when it's going through curves, it's looking ugly. And there are ways to fix it, but given that this is 100 euros expensive, very expensive, you could expect this to be as close to perfect as possible, in my opinion. And then down here we have the Ecto 1. Let me see. So that's just a larger version of the original one. So some years back they had an Ecto 1 already, and now that's just a desk model as well, of course. With so large proportions, of course, you can make it more realistic and more close to the real model, but that is for hardcore fans. Let's say that's for hardcore fans. And like 200 euros is a lot of money for a display set, but if you can afford it and you really want it, then go ahead, but I wouldn't buy it because I'm not into Ghostbusters. But even if I would be, it would be still too expensive for me, and I'm honestly not the type of Lego builder to just buy sets, build them, and then put them on display. I like to have them in my city, for example. And this one would not fit into my city, of course, because it's way too large. And then we have this haunted house right here. So this already came out in It's 2020. Let me get a better view of this one. So I would like this set more, honestly, if this wasn't a fairground set again. So if this was a normal mansion, then I would like it a lot better than just another fairground set. Of course, you can modify it into a normal mansion, but apart from that, with this free fall tower, and the tower is too high. So for a normal mansion, of course, it's supposed to be a fairground build, and for that, it's got a good size, I'd say. But like, yeah, 230 euros is of course not cheap as well. So I'm not sure about this one again, but I wouldn't buy it for this price. I like that they somehow brought back the Johnny Thunder theme, so that you somehow get say that you get some good memories from those adventurous themes. But it's so expensive. It's so expensive. I mean, like, you get those nice features like this one with the light brick, and then the mummy appearing, and the Red Baron holding the Baron holding the red ruby, and the mummy appearing behind him if you push the light brick. But yeah, apart from that, it's not that great. It's not that great, and especially that you have to buy a motor and battery box again to have this running on its own. So if you just buy this one set for 230, you always have to work the mechanism manually, and it doesn't work automatically, of course. So you have to buy all this extra, and yeah, to have it running on its own. So no, of course it can't move, but this this tower right here is a free fall tower. I don't know if you can see this down here, maybe a bit better, to be a free fall tower. So you could have some people sitting down here, and you could bring them up, and if there are up, there's there's a mechanism that they fall down all the way, and then they are getting back up. So similar to the principle of a roller coaster, basically, and you can have this work automatically with battery box and motors. But then you're easily at 300 euros, and wow, that's too much. Sorry, but that is too much in my opinion. So let's move on to Diagon Alley. So wow. No, thank you for watching, and thank you for enjoying this so much. And wow, I couldn't be happier right now. That, like, that's the whole purpose of this, like bringing joy to you, and like, yeah, help you having a good day. And I mean, like, I have a good day as well with you. You know, I'm just going through this catalog and talk to you about the sets, and well, we share our opinions here about Lego and what they're doing right now. So yeah, so thank you guys. So here we have Diagon Alley, and Diagon Alley is different, in my opinion, from other Lego sets. And one reason is that it is built on base plates. It is built on base plates, and well, yeah, Lord of the Rings is good. That was a good theme. We should get to that in a future video. I agree. But yeah, we have base plates here, and that is great in my opinion. Does it make it worth 400 euros? Not really. Like, all of those buildings are open on the back, as you can see here. So every single building is basically would cost 100 euros, and well, that's That's a lot. So no, they're actually not like modular, or are there? Yo, I'm not sure. Are they like modular buildings? Can you lift up every single floor? I'm not sure. I'm not sure if they are built modular. So here, this one looks like it's modular, because here this looks like tiles, and this one looks like tiles as well. So I think this one is modular. Is this one modular? I honestly don't know. I have to say I'm not sure about those. It's hard to tell from the pictures only. So they are open at the back, so you can access them very easily, of course. But if you have them placed against a wall, or you, or if you have them placed back to back, so if you take two of those buildings and place them back to back to the first two, then you can access them from the back, of course. And then I honestly don't know if they are modular. So this one right here, so this part does not look modular to me, and neither does this one look modular to me. So like 200 would be too cheap. I agree with that. So 200 would be too cheap. 300 would be still a lot of money for a Lego set, but would be more appropriate than 400. Because like 400 would mean 100 for every single building, like I said, and that's too much. And only buying this one for the base plates is no reason for that price. So I'm glad that though that they did include base plates here, but it's no reason to spend so much money on this one. So base plates are special and are useful, but they are not that special that you can make a set like this cost 400 euros. Honestly, that would be too much in my opinion. However, you get some great minifigures here, no doubt. For Harry Potter fans, this must be heaven. But for normal Lego fans, or just someone who isn't into Harry Potter that much, of course you could somehow integrate this into your city, no doubt. But yeah, the pink bricks are not useful. I agree. Well, at least no, they're not useful for a normal city, at least. If you're building a French city, you could use this one with pink bricks, but apart from that, pink is not a very reusable color. And of course, there are a lot of stickers in here. So, in a 400, you could expect some prints. So this sticker as well, I think. Sticker, that's a sticker, that's a sticker. Stickers here as well. So too many stickers in my opinion for a 400 euro set. So I think we leave it there. It's too much for a set like this. 300 would be alright. 400 is too much. It's too much. Alright, so let's move on. Here we have more Harry Potter, and we have those Harry Potter books. And every book here is supposed to represent one of the classrooms from Harry Potter, from the movies. So again, it's not useful to build a Hogwarts castle, but it's useful somehow if you just want to, if you don't have money, if you don't have enough money for a set like this, the astronomy tower for 100 euros, that would be quite a lot for a kid to afford. So if you want to have some of that Harry Potter magic, I think that's a great way. It's too expensive. I think 20 euros would be all right for the books. 30 is too much. Let's say that. And then 100 for this is expensive. Very expensive in my opinion. It's too expensive. So 20 for this one is a bit better. But yeah. I don't know about those ones. So those are too expensive, and I don't know if this is just the start of a series or if that's already it. Maybe they are just waiting how it develops and how they are selling. So yeah, basically it's a minifigure pack with a book, so with some interior and some accessories, and that's it. So let's leave Harry Potter. Well, not quite. You can still buy the shield, or how's it called? Well, the badge or the logo of each house. It's looking cool somehow with those mosaic pattern, but still very expensive. Very expensive in my opinion. 120 euros. Of course, you get 4,250 parts, but that's because they are all one by one round tiles or studs. So that's too much in my opinion, and not really necessary, but if you like it, then yeah. Oh yeah, a whole live stream about my whole city. Oh, that's a good idea. Maybe I should do that for my 1000 subscribers special. I still haven't uploaded a 1000 subscribers special yet, so a live stream or a long video about my city, that's a good idea. I'll think about that. And here we have Star Wars, and especially the Mandalorian. I haven't watched the TV show, so I can't judge those sets. Yeah, the big baby Yoda looks a bit mean in my opinion. He's not looking that friendly. And I've seen some pictures of the TV show, so there he's looking always very cute, but here he's looking sort of mean and not that friendly. So, but apart from that, so I think this set is even alright for 30 euros. This right here, I think it's okay. Given that that's a Star Wars set, this could have easily been at 40 euros. 40, easily. And this one, well, it's a big spaceship, and as I've said, I haven't watched the show, so I can't judge whether that's a good. You tell me, is this a good replica of the show or not? I don't know. So to me, it's just another gigantic Star Wars ship. But yeah. So I guess it's downscaled like all of the Star Wars ships and sets. So if you'd build them in real scale, then you would have only big Star Destroyers for 300 euros anymore. So, but alright, if you say that's a good replica, I can do nothing else than agree with you, since I haven't watched the show. And well, of course, prices for license theme 130 euros, a typical Star Wars price. I agree. Scout troopers always come in sets of two. They never walk alone. They always patrol and appear together. Two of them would be better. I agree. I have no idea about this set, but two scout troopers would be better. And then we have just some heads. Um, well, decent looking builds.